you talk about the success of the military operation, and this is what Russia thought they was going to do to Ukraine, right? The war that's been going on for years and years. And the United States was able to do what Russia could not and just go and take over one of its neighbors. But at the end of the day, it looks like the United States is doing the same thing as Russia.
This is for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Welcome to the Think Tank, where we use critical thinking, deductive reasoning, and just a pinch of common sense to draw unbiased, logical conclusions. If you like to hear what was going on the federal level and you want to support independent media, subscribe to us. You'll get the MAGA side, you get the anti-MAGA side, Revolution. You get to hear what's going on from different perspectives and be able to use your own critical thinking based on our critical analysis to be able to draw your own conclusions. Today I'm here and we're going to talk about Trump warning other countries not to disturb big tech, which is insane.
Hi, family. I'm District Leader D.R. Powell here in the Bronx Conservative Party. America first, borderline America only, 80-20 Trumpster when it comes to certain moves the president is making. Consultants and community organizer. Here I am.
Your boy Trump, he is on it. He's invaded Venezuela. He's talking about invading a host of other countries like Panama, Cuba, Colombia, Greenland, Denmark. Like, the man is on it. He's doing imperialistic. First, he's doing colonialism. He's invaded Venezuela, but he's got an imperialistic mindset, and that imperialism leads into the big tech, his big tech companies. He's warning other countries that there will be consequences if they interfere with big tech. Hey everybody, this is your boy Leo. You know me. I've been doing commercials for 15 years, television commercials, radio ads, billboards. Now I'm trying to step it into the big leagues. I want to be an independent filmmaker. I've got the degrees, I've got the experience, and I need your help to make my first independent film, Garot. So Garot is Boys in the Hood meets Clue. So these dudes from Brooklyn is trying to buy their drugs to supply the hood. So they go to the mafia stronghold and they purchase their drugs, but one of them turns up dead. And now there's a race to find out who did it. The Godfather's going to send in his hit squad, Squadra Assassina, to take them out. They don't figure out who did it because somebody died on his turf and he's not happy and he can't have stuff like that happening in his business. So please, if you want to show support, my Kickstarter campaign is down in the description box. Wow. As America first, how does him protecting his friends, the oligarch, how is that America first?
Well, again, when it comes to economics, we want to be number one in the world. Now, the president, again, 80-20 is using methodologies to keep us there that some could agree or disagree on the international stage. So that's what that says to me right there. Sometimes, again, Trump being Trump, talking both sides of his mouth and all kinds of baseless threats, sometimes gets us checks that we can or cannot cash, as they say.
So protecting big tech, telling other countries that if they interfere with big tech, that there will be consequences, which happen to be, the guys surrounding him during the inauguration, the people that we have said are the oligarch that actually are running things, and him now openly threatening other countries if they interfere with the United States oligarch. Is that something that MAGA and America First feel that they can get behind?
Well, it depends. The president, in my opinion, like I said on previous episodes, may be a little bit overconfident with such a successful operation of capture of Maduro out of Venezuela. Other people, again, like myself, on an international scale, there's more diplomatic ways of handling things. But we know with President Trump what we're dealing with. That's a fact. So we shall see how this pans out. Right now, this successful operation in Venezuela, will people take his threat seriously? Oh, yeah, that's just Trump being Trump and all talk. So again, we gotta see what's in the best interest.
So you're saying that you're happy about the success of invading a country. I just want
I'm
to be clear.
happy. I'm happy that our interests in the Western Hemisphere are going to be met, and there's not much military bloodshed on our end. Now, what happens to Venezuela? The Venezuelans are happy that President Trump took this action. And if they're happy, that reassures me that we made the right choice.
Yes, yes, we saw them marching in the streets. Oh, wait, that was old footage that had nothing to do with this invasion. That was again a Trump lie. Something to be surprised
The
about.
people are happy here from Venezuela in New York, and people in Venezuela are happy because this Maduro wasn't duly elected. That's a fact. He stole the election.
He
Oh,
stole the
well,
last two elections, but no, they're not happy about their country being invaded. That's not true. There are some people that's going to be happy. There's some people that would be happy if this country was invaded and the president was kidnapped. But overall, a country is not going to be happy about their president being about their country being invaded. I mean, just put yourself in their shoes. He had Maduro had his supporters like Trump has his supporters. If another country came in here and kidnapped the president, do you think the country would overall be happy?
no.
All right, and
But
why
they
would
made probably a
Venezuela?
portion of the country happy because they hate Donald
No, we
Trump.
would not. I hate Donald
Yes,
Trump, and I hate Donald Trump, and no, I would not be happy about the country being invaded like it's being done with ICE.
because you're a veteran, right?
No, not because I'm a veteran, because I live here and I don't want people coming into my home. Being a veteran is it does not help that situation. But no, I don't want people invading my home, telling me what to do in my crib. Would you be happy if the police kicked down your door and was like,
Let me check. No.
all right, well, that's what the United States did. We walked into their home and scooped up the person that was running their crib. And whether they liked him or not, they don't want the United States invading their house. That's crazy. And the United States is not right for it. There are international laws that prohibit, there's in United States laws as well as international laws that prohibit this kind of behavior. What that means is illegal. I mean, not that Trump has ever paid attention to the law before, but it means it's illegal. You're not happy, but you're happy that these criminal acts are taking place because you always support the criminal activity. Is that because it's MAGA or just because you love Trump?
I have a little bit of both. That's why I'm 80-20. That's what I said earlier, and I'm sticking to it. Again, number one, our American interests in the Western Hemisphere and protections are being met. Number two, I'll say on this episode, which I didn't say on number four ones, the Venezuelans are happy because of the democracy and integrity of their elections is questionable. And number three, we want to make sure we keep our foreign enemies economically out of our honeypot, which is China, Russia, and so many others when it comes to the petrodollar.
But okay, we're sidetracking. We're getting back into Venezuela, and it's because Venezuela was the
Well, big tech.
first
We want to be
attack.
number one in big tech. That's what we're talking about. Big tech, right? The threat
Yes,
about surrounding big tech. And the example that you brought up again is the kidnapping and invasion. So that's why I have to lead it back to Maduro. Because you keep using those inflammatory languages.
so what does MAGA think about threatening other countries if they interfere with the oligarch, big tech?
Well, it's very competitive. This is why the president is trying to have special visas for special people around the world to come here in America and do big tech here. So now that, again, I believe the overconfidence of such a successful military operation in Venezuela, he's starting to talk a lot of caca. You know what I mean? Talking tough. That's what makes sense to me. I don't agree with it, but that's the way it seems.
Well, here's what it looked like to me. You talk about the success of the military operation, and this is what Russia thought they was going to do to Ukraine, right? The war that's been going on for years and years. And the United States was able to do what Russia could not and just go and take over one of its neighbors. But at the end of the day, it looks like the United States is doing the same thing as Russia. And by telling other countries not to interfere with big tech, what you're doing is you're threatening other countries if they try and expand their own economic, technological, um, the word is eluding me, their own interests, their own tech interests. You're threatening them. If you interfere with ours, then there'll be consequences. So you're threatening them expanding their own technology. That's where we're at now. That's where we're at. What do you think this is going to lead to?
Hopefully, it'll lead to more competitive strategies on the economic front of commerce in big tech. No military conflict necessary. So that's what we're hoping here for the 80-20 portion, the Haiti military conflict, especially around the world. That's what we're hoping. It's just all talk in reality versus perception.
Wait a minute. So now it's all talk. Now it's all talk. That's what you're hoping for. All talk. From the guy who just had a successful invasion.
I'm hoping it's just all talk and Trump being Trump. That's about
So you're hoping that the guy who just invaded another country is just bluffing now. That's your hope.
Okay, if you want to call it a bluff, but as an 80-20 Trumpster, when it comes to big tech, we have a lot to do here in America to catch up to the rest of the world. So we'll
Wait a minute.
see.
So the number one technological country in the world now has to do a lot to catch up. That's the spew you're doing.
Look at our education system. That's always the point of reference when it comes to big tech, as of our students compared to other students in the world. That's a fact.
That has nothing to do at all with the fact that he's threatening other countries that interfere with his oligarchic friends.
Oh, God. Well, let's just say this. Hopefully, this warning will be taken seriously and don't lead to military international conflicts. That's my point.
So you do realize that let's follow that path. Let's go down that path. Let's explore that. So if the rest of the world says we're scared of the United States, so we're not going to expand our technology, that makes it an uncompetitive. It makes the entire technological landscape uncompetitive. What happens when you decrease competition? You decrease the need to expand yourself. You decrease the need to better yourself. You don't have to worry about it. There's no competition. So what that does really is slows down the expansion of technology because there's no need to be competitive. We can take our time. That competitive edge being taken away will actually hurt technology. And the United States will suffer for it, as well as the countries that you're telling that they can't expand their own technology, or they must use American technology and they can't have their own. This is real. Now that is imperialism. That's the difference between imperialism and colonialism. That's imperialism. And what do you think the end result is going to be if the United States attempts to use an imperialistic mindset to control multiple nations? What do you think the end result is going to be?
Potential military conflict. That's why I know and I feel as though we're not going to be acting imperialistically, even though you're predicting you want that to happen. So that's
No, I don't want that to happen. I don't want this idiot threatening everybody.
Well, that's all he's doing is just threats for now. But again, because of the successful capture of Venezuela, because of the successful operation in Venezuela, the president and the administration is getting very confident that now they have evidence that they can back what they're talking. And that's going to be a huge problem if they continue this road.
So basically what you're saying is if the United States follows Trump into these threats, that the end result might be World War III, like Russia already said we're in?
It could be. Or it can actually work out to our economic advantage here in America, where we're actually at the forefront in leadership of the world, and everybody else will follow suit.
We had that before Trump got in office, starting to invade countries. Why is it that you support doing it through imperialism when we could do it through our own initiatives where we support other countries, we help them build, where their technology building can help our technology, and we can all build together as an international conglomerate working together versus the United States versus everybody. Because that's what it is. The United States doesn't have any friends. And now Trump is threatening other countries. The United States is by itself. We have no friends. If one country attacks the United States, the United States can get attacked from everybody. This does not sound safe. You're in New York. If the United States is attacked, you're one of the first places they're going to hit.
That's what they always say. That's why it's so scary. And we'll hope diplomacy actually
But he's
rears.
not trying to be diplomatic. He's talking about threats and attacking. That's the exact opposite of the word diplomacy, just in case, words and definition etymology matter.
And like I keep saying, it's all talk. It's just Trump being Trump. So you just said yourself. But the one thing he has in his pocket is the example of what happens to Maduro for the rest of the world to take what he says just a pinch more seriously with a pinch more common sense.
Well, I think that them taking it more seriously doesn't mean cowing down. I think what it means is exactly what they said. You attack, we all coming at you. So them taking it more serious does not make me feel better. I have to assure you. I have to say that Trump threatening other countries is putting us all in danger. You don't see it that way?
That's a potential, but then another sidetrack is that it can help boost our economy in the Western Hemisphere and actually secure our own interest and security over here because we can't have China and Russia, exploiting Venezuela's oil. That's a
Has nothing to do with the oligarchy that he's trying to protect. You're
oh boy.
pivoting to oil, like you're in support of colonialism. You're in support of this imperialistic
Yes, yes,
administration.
yes. Of course, I'm American. That's what we're all about. Yes, Leo. Happy? Is that the answer you need? Let's go, Donald Trump.
That was the answer I need. I needed you to say that MAGA is, even if they're America first, in support of imperialism, even if it means that we might go to war with the rest of the world. And for the viewers here to understand, if you did not before, that we are actually in a very serious situation and MAGA is for it. So then we need to do, we got to figure something out to stop this. Call your senators, call your congressmen, call your House of Representatives, call people and tell them how you feel because they're the only ones that can stop it. And that leaves whatever happens in your hands. Trump is just one man. He can't stop a nation that's against him, even though he still has people that are for him. So we have to make our voices louder. And I suppose that the people that are in support of MAGA, and Dion is not alone. There are many. I get messages. I just got one yesterday. I love you, Dion, on Think Tank. It was crazy. Like, there are very many people that are in support of MAGA. So please be aware that this is an ongoing inner battle in this country that we can't resolve. If we can't come to understanding in the country, then the outer conflict will easily destroy us because we're not together. So there's no way we can survive an outside conflict because we're conflicted internally, which just means that something needs to be done faster. We're in trouble. Hey, Dion, any closing statements?
Yes, we are the media, and now so are you. So please share our content and add your own because we have to redefine the word journalism in this climate of fake news.
All right, thank you. And I guess that'll be it, everybody. Enjoy your day. This is Leo and Dion signing out.